12 mistakes that ruin the perfect pizza. 1. Using too much yeast. Yeast feasts on the sugars in the flour. It creates bubbles of carbon dioxide and alcohol. It gives the crust a tangy flavor. Using an excess of yeast will speed this process up, but it can cause the dough to over-ferment. The flavor may turn sour, with a taste of alcohol. 2. Not letting the dough rest. Your dough should rest, so the yeast can do its work. It allows the dough to double in size. This takes at least 30 minutes. 90 minutes is better if you can afford the time. You can prevent your dough from drying out. Keep it in a bowl, covered with a damp dishcloth. 3. Over-handling the dough. Kneading is a crucial aspect of making pizza. It encourages gluten strands to form. This makes the dough stronger. Knead your dough firmly but gently for about 10 minutes. If you continue to knead, the dough will get stiff. 4. Stretching your dough out incorrectly. Don't use a rolling pin to flatten out the dough. It will ruin the fluffy texture. You should stretch the dough by hand instead. Aim for a dough that's roughly 1/3 of an inch thick. You may use dough that's been refrigerated or frozen, but it should come to room temperature first. You can stretch the dough on a floured surface. This will prevent it from sticking. You may also wet your hands with olive oil. Rub it a little bit on the work surface as well. This will add flavor. 5. Skipping the homemade sauce. Making your pizza sauce is a must. It's infinitely better than anything in a jar. It's also easy to make. 6. Adding too many toppings. Too many flavors will compete with each other. It's better to focus on just a few quality ingredients. One of the best Italian pizzas is the margherita. It's topped only with tomatoes, mozzarella, and basil. 7. Not pre-cooking certain toppings. Any meats need to be cooked through first. You should also pre-cook tougher vegetables. Pre-cooking mushrooms helps draw out their excess water. It also lets you season them ahead of time. 8. Overloading on the sauce. There should be a balance between the crust, sauce, and cheese. The crust shouldn't be swimming in sauce. Otherwise your pizza will end up soggy. 9. Adding too much cheese. Mozzarella cheese has a lot of moisture. Adding too much can leave your pizza soggy. Sprinkle just enough to cover the sauce. This will keep your crust crispy. 10. Not getting your oven hot enough. The temperature should reach up to 450 to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. You should also use a preheated pizza stone. It helps the crust get crisp all over. It won't stay soggy on the bottom. Put the pizza stone in the oven as soon as you turn it on. If it isn't an option, preheat your baking sheet. Give it a light coating of oil beforehand. 11. Cutting too soon. Pizza needs a few minutes to firm up and cool slightly. For best results, wait at least 5 minutes. It will allow you to cut the pizza more easily. It will also ensure the toppings remain in place. 12. Not using a pizza cutter. A regular kitchen knife can break the ingredients apart. A constant back and forth movement can cause tearing. A pizza cutter can slice through with ease. It usually only requires one slice through.